There we go, beautiful, excellent stuff. I can hear you okay. Can you turn me up just slightly in my ears, mate? Not too much. Am I one? Yeah, that's a bit better. That's okay for me. Is that okay for you? Can you hear? But you'd be better if you put that down there, mate, because that'll help.
Can you hear me now?
I can now. That's amazing how that's just...
I think 1600. Yes, we got the obligation. And then you also right now, you will do anything. Mate. So when you come in, you do anything back now? Well, we can. I didn't like that picture. It's in there again. Let's go attend to just the field back. He's going to pass the message. 2 years ago, boss. 2 years ago, with the Super Coach now, we won the Asian Cup, AFC Cup. And we beat Bali in Bali. We stayed in a nice hotel next door. I was one of the coaches. You fly. Number 9, yeah, Spas Pacific. Yeah, so we played against him. My debut was in the Socceroos. 1996. And then I played in England and Spain. You would play again. Played for Robbie Darwish was not actually here, right? There you go. My pleasure. My honor. We'll talk more. Sure. That was an old against President Suharto started to hit the team. I swear. Yeah. Say it to me. How are you? The high, you know the big roundabout still there? Stadium still there. The fixed stadium. No, the same. The fixed it, yeah. The done up a little bit more. Yeah. Hey, pull up. Will, up here. Good luck, mate. Good luck.
Good afternoon and welcome to Stryda Park for finals football. It's the qualification final. First up, it's a double header for you at the home of the Monero Panthers. And the crowds have been building nicely all day. It's 1v2. First up, Canberra Croatia, the league champions, up against Tigers FC for a place in the grand final. The losers will get a second bite of the cherry, of course, against the team who wins at 7 o'clock tonight, Monero Panthers against Tuggeranong United, the hometown heroes, against a surprise package. Steve Forshaw will join me for that one. But first of all, my name's Russ Gibbs, and joining me for this crunch knockout tie is former Socceroo and Reading legend Andy Burnell. Thanks for coming, Andy. What a day for football.
It's a fantastic day. There's very little wind. The sun is still shining down on the pitch. That looks in pretty good condition, to be honest with you. It's one of those days that we can feel very jealous that we're not out there, Russ.
Absolutely. It's been a good day as well. I'll go through what's been happening so far for you. The NPL 23s. We've had a couple of surprises around the town today. The qualification final here. The league champions O'Connor Knights were beaten by second place Tigers FC. Jake Vittori and Ahmed Mubadeen scored the goals for Tigers, either side of a goal from Daniel Anderson from the Knights. So the Tigers are into the grand final in the NPL 23 at McKellar in a couple of weeks' time. Knights will get to go again next week. And they set themselves up against Canberra Croatia, a little mini derby in the under-23s. Canberra Croatia got the better of Tuggeranong United. They had to come from behind to do so. Anthony Antoniak scored after 9 minutes for Tuggeranong, his 18th of the season. I understand he might be on the bench for the first grade later on today as well. Goal scorer, Golden Boot winner for Tuggeranong United. Croatia equalised through a penalty from Ivica Majatic with 22 minutes to go. Game went to extra time, where goals from Darcy Middleton, Majatic again, and James Godding finally saw Canberra Croatia over the line by 4-1. So Tigers into the qualification final in the 23s. O'Connor Knights will play Canberra Croatia in the 23s prelim final next week at Deakin Stadium. CPL semi-finals are going to be underway today as well. Qualifications final will see Belconnen play Canberra Olympic. The elimination final will see ANU play Juventus. Very much what happened in the under-23s. I'll give you the results. Qualification final, ANU 0, Canberra Juventus 2. Juventus into the grand final, the second place team in that competition. ANU will go again. They will meet Belconnen United, who beat Canberra Olympic by 1-0 in the other semi-final that was played today. It's straight knockout in the junior semi-finals. And there's been a couple of shocks in the under-18s. Belconnen United, the league champions, have been walloped by fourth place Brindabella Blues. It finished Belconnen United 0, Brindabella Blues 5. And the Blues make their way to the grand final, where they will play third place Gungahlin United, who've also shocked second place Tigers. It's finished Tigers FC 2, Gungahlin United 4. So Gungahlin United will play next week in the grand final against Brindabella Blues. Andy, that's a bit of a shock, and just goes to show that it doesn't matter where you finish in the league table, there's always an upset on the cards.
Look, I think it shows that in this particular case, the two teams that were the best teams over the season won't play in the grand final, and it opens up discussion and just a debate, of how important, in the landscape of football in Australia, grand finals are becoming or are, because, as we've discussed, off air, Russ, you win the Federation Cup, you win the Cup here in Canberra, and it allows you entry into the Australia Cup. You win the league, and you have entry, as it stands now, into the B League. But if you win the grand final, besides having a celebratory, good night,
and the glory of it,
and the glory of it, and that one-off, feeling of winning a grand final, there's not a football reward as such, besides the glory of it and the trophy. So maybe your idea of if you win the grand final, you also get a wild card, or you get a place in the Australia Cup tournament would be fantastic.
It'd certainly give a little bit more incentive to it. A couple of other results for you. Boys 14s semi-finals. Gungahlin 1, Belconnen United 0, O'Connor Knights 2, Canberra Croatia 0. Gungahlin will play O'Connor Knights in the grand final of the under 14s boys NPL. Under 15 boys NPL, Canberra Croatia 3, Woden Valley 1, O'Connor Knights 1, Belconnen United 2. Croatia will play Belconnen United in the grand final next week. I can't tell you the under 16s results because they kicked off at 3 o'clock. They'll be halfway through. O'Connor versus Canberra Olympic, Croatia versus Belconnen. That's you up to date with everything that's been happening around the grounds. We'll keep you abreast of the Capital Premier League semi-finals as well. Declan Smith's on the ground over there for me, so he'll be able to keep us across everything that's going to happen. Big action, Andy. Let's have a look at these two lineups, mate, because come with this time of year, it's all about winning football matches, and that might be reflected in the lineups somewhere along the line. Canberra Croatia, Dino Grinic starts with a 4-3-3 formation, as he has done for most of the season. Sam Brown continues in goal, unsurprisingly, for the league champions. In the back four, Tony Spaseski at right back, Jack Parach-Cullen at left back. Matt Gudabishir will partner Daniel Subasic in a very experienced central defence. Midfield seeds Nicky Yardrich continue in the holding midfield in the absence of Ryan Keir. Daniel Colbertado and Michael Piccolo chosen ahead of him. Up front, Max Green on the right, Nick Pradagina, the Golden Boot winner, on the left, Thomas James, who's been in mercurial form all year, down the middle, which means the bench sees Daniel Sparrow, Keegan Vucetic, Marko Yardrich, David Saselia and Riley Souza. It's a strong lineup, isn't it? And they've got that trio of forwards up top who've scored plenty of goals.
Well, it's a very strong lineup. It's an experienced lineup. A lot of energy, a lot of good players in there. Strength in depth. The bench is strong as well. So, they're going to be, a force today. But from what I've seen, of the Tigers this season, they'll be equally as strong, I believe.
And the Tigers, of course, lowered Croatia colours in round 5 with a 2-1 win. Archie McGregor scored both those goals, now plying his stride in Sweden as a professional. Let's have a look what Ali Effie's picked for his team. He goes 4-3-3 as well. William Lejeune continues in goal for the 21st time this season. The back four sees Noah Steinacker selected at right back. Shandon Whitehead will be at left back. Marko Milutinovic will be partnered by Michael Southam in the centre of defence. I think we've got 2 6s, potentially moving to an 8, of course, with Sam Whittier and Angus Pitkin. Tomohiro Ogawa will play in front of them, his 50th National Premier League game this afternoon. Up top sees William Akio on the right-hand side, Josh Milicevic on the left, Lukman Ahmed Shaibu in the middle, which means there's no place for Nick Taneski or Nick Popovic, both of them on the bench. Augustin Bangura, Ben Bassasilk and Samson Carr complete the Tigers' substitutes. There's an awful lot of quality in both teams, Andy, and you look at both benches, and those 10 players will make an incredible lineup.
Well, I was just going to say that the first 11 for Tigers, has been fantastic throughout the season. Everyone that's in that 11 has played a real big part of why they are where they are now. But again, you mentioned the bench. I mentioned the Croatia bench before, the Tigers bench, Popovic, Carr. 22, Bangura, Ben Bassasilk, Nick Taneski, that's a strong bench. So I think both sides would be happy with the 11s they're putting out to start off with, but certainly equally as I don't know, comfortable, you call it, or happy or confident in who they have, to be able to come on.
Well, you're looking at players that might come on and make a difference up top in these kind of games. You've got Daniel Sparrow, who scored 8 goals this season, hard-running forward player. Keegan Vucetic, who's very creative, as is Marko Jadric on the one side. A couple of defenders in the shape of David Ceceli and Riley Souza. They do like to get forward and join in. But that's your game changers on that side. For the Tigers, well, they've got the defensive cover in the shape of Samson Carr. And then they've gone with 2 strikers in Taneski and Popovic, who've been amongst the goals themselves this season. And then the creative influence of Bangira and Bassa Silk behind. I mean, both teams really looking at it and going, well, we want to put players on the bench that are going to change the game for us.
And certainly that's the case with both sides. They come in different shapes and forms and dynamics, but there are players on both in the starting lineups and on the benches that I believe will play important roles today.
Well, it's nearly 4 o'clock, which is kickoff time. Here come the teams. Tigers in their purple today. It's going to be a very interesting competition between these two. They've met 31 times in the NPL. Croatia have won 18, Tigers 8, 5 draws. Outside the NPL, there have been 12 fixtures. Croatia have won 9, Tigers have won 2. One ended all square. That was the 2019 Cup final, which Tigers won on penalties. Our match officials today, Joshua Iser, Thomas Galatli and Lachlan Lee Chiang, who will lead the teams out in a moment. This is one of my favourite stats for these two teams, though, Andy. 31 fixtures in the Premier League era between these two teams. 149 goals in 31 games. Croatia have scored 89, Tigers have scored 50. Add in the games that they played in another dozen or so games, it's 43 matches. In 43 league and cup matches between these two teams, 195 goals, which suggests it's not going to end 0-0.
It suggests for this level they're both very, very prolific entertainment machines. So we definitely are expecting goals.
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, the games between them this season, as I mentioned, back in round 5, Tigers won by 2 goals to 1. Archie McGregor with a double. In round 13, it was Croatia out on top by 4 goals to 0. Nick Pradžina twice, Daniel Subasic and Thomas James. Canberra Croatia won in round 20. Pradžina's penalty and Max Green sealing the league title after Jos Milicevic had given Tigers an early lead. And, well, the form of Thomas James this season has been nothing short of incredible. 16 goals he scored this season and 23 assists as well. It's just insane.
Well, I think he's... I don't think I know. He's a cut above most of the players in this league on a technical level, on a football intelligence level, and that's why, in his latter years now, he can still dominate this league, even having lost a little bit of his, younger physical capabilities. He dominates. He's very clever. He certainly inspires all the guys around him, to be better footballers, and just he's just a constant threat, whether it be in open play or from set pieces. Very clever.
And might he have the say today? You'd expect him on the big occasions. He does normally step up, does Thomas James, and one of these big occasions is right now as the sun sets across Stryda Park. The two teams get together in their respective huddles and we get set to see which one of these Goliaths will make it through to the grand final.
For me, I've always, having watched the top 4 that are going to play today, starting with these two teams, I've thought to myself, yes, they are entertainment machines. Yes, they score a lot of goals, but they leak a lot of goals. They concede a lot of goals. So for me, a team over the next 1, 2, 3, 4 decade of Canberra football wanting to participate in higher championships like the Australia Cup or the B-League, these teams, if they become proficient in defending and not conceding goals, a lot of these teams will win a lot more than draw or lose, trust me.
I spoke to Lukman Ahmed Shaibu before kickoff. One of the things we were discussing was who wins today, of course, and it's the team that takes the chances, and he might be the man to make the difference for the Tigers. He's scored 8 times in 13 starts this season, has a record of 46 goals in 58 matches in the Premier League. It's a decent record. Now, if only we can find a football that's not flat, we might be able to kick off this match. I think we've tried to. 2 have been kicked off. Not happy with this one either. I mean, there's got to be one football in the ground that's decent, hasn't it?
How does this even happen, Russ?
I have no idea how it happens, but here we go. We've got a ball that we like. That's good enough.
We're playing the grand final, and we're...
Qualification final, not quite the grand
yeah,
final.
we're playing a qualification grand final, and
we haven't got a football that's flat.
It's got the right air pressure in it.
The old PSI that you can tell because you push it with your thumbs, right? Yeah.
I know they got all these like
machines these days.
Technologically.
I mean, you'd have played with ball like I did, but it's rock hard.
Hey.
You got to head those
Remember the
balls.
old leather balls when they got wet? It was like heading a medicine ball.
Absolutely. Off we go then. Tigers in the purple, attacking the goal to our left in the first half. Michael Southam to send one forwards. As I said, lots of quality attacking players out there today. Which ones will click into gear? First touch for Willem Lejeune. Marko Milutinovic. And Shandon Whitehead. It's a hefty back pass for his goalkeeper. Fans out in force, which is good to see. 1-1 by Spaseski. First touch for Nicky Yardrich, and same for Matt Gudabisha. Tigers got their little band to the right there. Andy with the youngsters on the back row wearing their kits.
Yeah, I think there's only a few clubs that have carry a band with them in this league. It's been a Tuggeranong a few times, and
there's to bang a drum, don't they?
There's a drummer boy there.
They'll be out themselves tonight, I believe, 7 o'clock. There's always a little bit more on the elimination final, of course, because if you lose, that's your season done. There is a second bite of the cherry for the vanquished here today, but you'd like to get it over and done with and get yourself in that grand final. You can sit back with your feet up next week then.
Well, that's key, but some people feel that it may work against you.
I've heard that. I've heard that theory. I mean, I'd much rather be there and not have to worry about playing next week than have to go through the prelims.
Totally agree.
Ahmed Shaibu, too handsy at the back.
I've had both experiences, qualifying straight forward and then having to wait for others to qualify. And back in the day when I was at Sydney Olympic and in the old National Soccer League, the old A-League, we went from 5th and couldn't stop winning.
Which is a good thing this time of year.
Yeah, and ended up beating Marconi. A grand final, which is always a nice thing to happen to you in your career.
Yeah, as much as we were talking about there needing to be some sort of outcome for the winners, winning a grand final is something you always remember. It's a challenge from Nicky Yardrich and Tomohiro Ogawa. Look, we felt that.
It's a special night, Russ. We grow up in Australia. We grow up, with that format in rugby league, in AFL. The grand final was the big day at the MCG or one of the big rugby league stadiums, and it's passed on to football. So, look, I think there should be a greater award for it, but it is a very special occasion. I've won it as a player, I've won it as a coach, and our 6-1 against Melbourne City, owned by the City Group, is,
That's quite some evening, wasn't it?
you it's one of those things you never forget. It's a very special occasion. So that's what these guys are playing for today, an occasion where they can get themselves into a grand final and enjoy the day.
The Keller Park in 2 weeks' time will be your grand final venue. Here's Ogawa to loop it forward. Spaseski's won it back. Piccolo. Spaseski again in the first touch for Sam Brown. Nick Pradagina, of course, grabbed himself the golden boot last week. He needed 3 goals against Tuggeranong United to get it, and he got himself 3 goals. His team set out to get him a hat-trick, and they certainly succeeded as they swept Tuggeranong aside by 7 goals to 2. Spaseski let it run, more by luck than judgment, I believe. And now he's free Pradagina. First time for him to have a run at Milutinovic. Left a foot in on the centre-back.
By any means. You know, winning the Golden Boot is it's a prestigious award in any league. And
he has got 5 goals in his last 3 games, Nick Pradagina, as well. He's been in, and to be fair, quite a lot of his games this season, his statistics, 14 starts, 6 times off the bench, 19 goals. They stack up there, and he's got himself that Golden Boot award to look forward to collecting.
Look, if you're half decent and you play up front for Canberra Croatia, you know you're going to score some goals because they're a team that create a lot of chances.
3 of the top 4 goal scorers, or 3 of the top 5, I think it is, in the league in this team. Max Green's got 15, Thomas James got 16. Chuck in Daniel Balic and Steve Neelan, and you've got some good strikers there, 5 of them in the race for the Golden Boot.
I put up a little stat the other day on Neelan, and his percentage was had him in top spot in terms of.
And we've talked about that in terms of the season. Yeah, Tuggeranong outside of Steve Neelan struggle for goals. Zach Lawrence, the next highest, with 3.
So my question is, how would James and Pradagina go playing for Tuggeranong up front?
Probably score a lot of goals, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think. Look, at the end of the day,
if you're a goal scorer, you're a goal scorer.
I think so.
Sam Brown launches one towards Thomas James. Difficult to handle. Piccolo. Pradagina. Piccolo again. I'll go for it as a shadow. Colbertaldo. Piccolo. Canberra Croatia clicked into gear in terms of their passing in the early stages. Spaseski to swing it in. Pradagina was a target, won by Southam. One back by Parach Cullen. James to slide in. Max Green couldn't quite get his toe on it. But they're in the groove early.
I'll tell you what, if Max is able to hang on to that one, it's a great opportunity. Would have been a great opportunity to maybe put the side 1-0 up, put Croatia 1-0 up.
Well, Croatia might have won the league title, but Tigers are the form team. They've only suffered 1 defeat since losing to Croatia in round 13. That was against Croatia in round 20. In their last 3 matches in this competition, they have managed to score a goal inside the opening 20 minutes of the game. They've been fast starters. Chase for Milicevic. They'd love a goal inside the first 20 today, wouldn't they?
I think any side would.
You want
a goal whenever you can get one.
Well, I don't really mind, do you?
Yeah.
This kind of day, and I spoke to the Tigers 23s before, they weren't particularly pleased with the way they performed against O'Connor Knights, but I think it's more about winning than this stage of the season than actually a performance. It's about getting the job done. And I think both of these sides wouldn't mind winning Messi today if it came to that. James for Piccolo to scamper behind. Michael Southam cut off the avenue to goal. You'd take a scrappy 1-0, wouldn't you?
Oh, look, that goes beyond even talking about or thinking about it. It's these games.
Well, it's a free kick right on the edge of the box.
These finals games that put you into a grand final are about winning.
How about
and at the end of the day, whether it's a scrappy win or a fantastic win, the team that goes into the grand final will be singing their song down there in the change room and happy and preparing for the next one.
Great ball forward that from Shandon Whitehead, and Ahmed Shaibu got the better of Matty Gerbisher, and it's led to this free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. Josh Milicevic in conversation with Shandon Whitehead. Whitehead's over it with the right foot, Milicevic with the left. Cluster of Tigers players on the far post, including the skipper Sam Whittier. Milicevic to dink it towards that far post. It was neither twixt nor tween in the end. It was neither a shot or a cross that was going to cause any problems.
Right idea. Probably needed a little bit more whip. A little bit lower with a bit more whip or curve on it. And
Colbertaldo, half charge down, comes for James. Up against Milicevic. Croatia felt he was pushed in the back. Nothing given by Josh Isaac. Angus Pitkin. He's been neat and tidy in midfield this season. 16th appearance for him. Noah Steinacker. He's enjoyed his bursts down the flank this term. William Accio, his first involvement as well. Southam. Steinecker tried to help it on its way, but been picked off by Parach Cullen. And that's freed James into space. And the position he likes to be in. He's got Pradajina coming up with him. Here is Pradajina, almost picked off by Whitehead. And he perhaps saved the day there, Shandon Whitehead.
He did. Pradajina was on his own. We've come straight to him, and it was a little tap-in for another goal.
Well, first set piece of the afternoon. Chance for Cole Bataldo to take it in for Canberra Croatia.
Again, as I said earlier, all these teams score goals, but they concede goals too.
Cole Bataldo into the danger area. Bit of a shove at the back post by either Subasic or Green. Not sure which one was penalised, but one of them was. Canberra Croatia, as you mentioned, conceded 26 times in 21 games. Tigers 33 in their 21.
Is that a one a game, 1 point
Just
something per game?
Well, yeah, one and a bit. In terms of goals scored, Tigers have scored 50 in 21. Canberra Croatia have a mammoth 82.
So that's almost what? Croatia 3 something.
3-2, roughly.
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah. So there you go. You heard it here first. Croatia winning 3-2.
We sound half intelligent, don't we, when we're coming out with the stats and the analysis
numbers, mate,
and the numbers
and you know what? It's finals football. It means absolutely nothing, does it? Often on these occasions, it's the players you don't expect that pop up with the moments. You're looking at your Thomas Jameses and your Pradaginas and you're thinking about them with goals. It's often these people that don't often get on the score sheet that make the difference.
Well, you have an example.
I'll speak from Milicevic.
As per last night with the Socceroos v New Zealand match, a young lad that I worked with at the Mariners, Max Ballard.
Do you know what? I
came on and you know, within a minute or two he'd scored, and he was someone that you wouldn't think was going to be the scorer in that match.
Perhaps Cullen's offside. He's now at NAC Blader in the
Eredivisie.
I did, but what I didn't realise was how much of an accent he's picked up. When he did his post-match interview down in the tunnel, I was lucky enough to be in there working for the FA yesterday, stood very close to him. He's got this little Dutch tinge to his accents when he comes out. He's picked it up already.
Well, he's if you look at some of his interviews when he was with the Mariners for 2 seasons, so his dad's French.
Okay.
So he's always
had that little accent.
Well, he's never had a clean Aussie accent. Yeah. So he's always had a little bit of Frenchy in there.
Yeah.
And obviously now being in Holland.
Yeah, there's a little bit of linguistics there. But he was so chuffed last night. He was doing his flash interview at the end of the evening, and I'll come back to it in a second as Max Green's off on a run. And he was clutching his jersey, his Australian jersey that he'd worn. He's come off the bench, he scored the winner. And the journos were there, and they asked him what he's going to do with the jersey, and he said it's going straight to mum and dad for all their sacrifice and hard work to get him to this situation. And it was lovely. He wasn't letting it go. He was just like, I'm not letting this go.
He's just
come to back in second. A hit from Cole Bataldo. Out for Yardrich. It's Pradajina. James seemed like a genuinely nice guy.
Look, Ross, he's one of these guys that. You spend a whole lifetime in this game, and he is just a good kid, a good man, a beautiful son, intelligent, thoughtful, just brilliant. I say it. If you ask Nick Montgomery, if you asked Popovich, and any coach that he's had that's worked with him, and thirsty for knowledge.
Yeah, and you couldn't be anything but happy for him, could you?
Yeah, we would. We won everything, while we were there together, and still, even on some of his better games, he'd come midweek and he'd say, what can I do better? And that's why he's now with the Socceroos, and then that's why he's got a grand career ahead of him. He's still a baby.
19,115 out at GIO Stadium yesterday to watch the Socceroos beat New Zealand by a goal to 0. Pitkins' ball's a bit loose, invites Max Green on, and James, well, he left it for, probably was offside Max, Thomas James. Pradajina wouldn't have been. Tomorrow, Ian Worthington will join myself for a double header of women's qualification and elimination finals football. Balcona versus Canberra Croatia from McKellar Park at 4 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock, Canberra Olympic versus Gungahlin United. Ian Worthington will be with me on both of those. It's Pradajina. For James. Hope he's not too upset when his team beaten today in the under-18s. got themselves in the contest at 1-1 and then conceded very 3 quick goals in that game. And when you're chasing a match of 4-1 down, it's really difficult. They've had a good season in the 18s. Here's Thomas James, nicked off his toe by Shandon Whitehead. So that's a women's football for you tomorrow. If you're out at McKellar Park, action starts early doors at 10 a.m. with the reserves qualification final, and at 1 o'clock, elimination final for reserves as well. James into the middle. And the aforementioned finals that I spoke about at 4 and 7, all of it live on Capital Football YouTube, of course. Willem Lejeune to bowl it out to Steinacker. Right, Cullen stepped in. Colbertado, a bit of room in midfield. Goes down fairly quickly. Spiseski. Had a good season, Tony Spiseski. As I say that, gives the ball away.
Yeah.
Obviously, commentators cursed.
You're not wrong. He's a young kid that I worked with many years ago in his younger days. And he went off to Sydney for a while. But Tony's always been one of the best young talents in this city. And he's one that, like many of the boys here, that if we had an A-League set up or an A-League club, you know, many of these young boys that you see now, or players, the better players that you see in the league now, they could have ended up playing A-League.
Whitehead whips it out towards Akio. The South Sudanese international kills it dead. Spiseski and Akio would be another that will be featuring high in the polling for Team of the Year. The votes are being collated at the moment. Noah Steinacker as well would be, I'm sure, in amongst all of that. Yardrich, now that might come for Akio. He's quick and he's got there. Is that a penalty? It is. Sam Brown brings down William Akio, too sharp. The winger from the Tigers. And it's a spot kick to Ali Effie's team in the early stages.
Clear penalty. No debate on that one, Russ.
100%.
Sam Brown will debate it all day, but from here, unless we've got a real weird angle, it was a penalty all day.
And a glorious opportunity for Tigers to get themselves into it. Who will be on spot kick duty for the team that finished second in the table. Expectant hush around the grounds. William Akio charged with the spot kick for Tigers FC. He won it. He has a chance to convert it. 9 goals to his name in his debut season in the competition. Here's Akio up against Brown. Sends him the wrong way. And it's the Tigers roar first that you hear. The acrobatics from Akio. The dead-eye from the spot. And it's Tigers in front.
I love the somersault celebration, Russ. The penalty was clean, and the celebration was even cleaner.
Work to be done for the league champions. They trail. William Akio with a super finish. Not a chance for Brown. And after spending most of the opening 18 minutes somewhat on the back foot without having to ride too many challenges, Tigers find themselves ahead.
Well, it certainly opens the game up now. And I think both teams were very even.
And yet again, they've scored inside the opening 20 minutes of a contest. That's 4 games in a row that they've done it now. Akio, Steinacker, Ogawa. Good challenge by Porach Cullen.
Now's the time to go for a second. Quickly, straight onto them.
Angus Pitkin back for Shandon Whitehead. Challenge Breaks out here again for Pitkin. Milicevic. Whittier off the arm of Spaseski from close range. Free kick to Tigers.
How's the scoring gone between these two this season? Who usually scores first, Russ?
Well, in the two games, in the game that Croatia won in round 20, it was Tigers who led round about this time. 21 minutes for Josh Milicevic and then 2 second-half goals for Croatia. And in that game, as Whitehead lifts this one in again, Brown comes through the crowd to clutch. In that game, there was chances for Tigers to go 2 up. They didn't take them, they paid the price. James's header, Pitkin back for Lejeune. Clips it out for Whitehead. It's good to see earlier William Lejeune was having a chat with young Josh Smith, Tigers 23's goalkeeper. Got his team through to the grand final today, made some really good stops. Nice to see the youngster speaking to the older hands about the goalkeeping scenarios.
So Tigers already have a team through.
In the 23s, looking to double up. It's a lovely touch from Ahmed Shaibu. Steinecker goes down, doesn't get the free kick.
He's done well at right back this year. Noah, we had him with the Mariners, a younger version of himself, maybe a year or two younger, but he was a centre half. And I think he's done well at right back, though I don't think it's his best position. He's done well.
Akio's ball in, Ogawa flagged offside. And then a little bit of a coming together with Daniel Subasic. Tomohiro Ogawa perhaps went down a little bit too easily. Daniel Subasic took a front. It's been a goal in the CPL qualification final, and it's gone to Belconnen United. Harry Billington in the 24th minute. Belconnen won Canberra Olympic 0 in that qualification final. Josh Milicevic and Thomas James getting to know each other. Subasic looking for Yardridge. Steps away from Ogawa. Clipped on by Piccolo. Max Green took it in on his chest. Milutinovic away. Whitehead even further. A little bit of an undercurrent here as well. Champions' feathers ruffled.
I'd like it to turn into a wild current.
Subasic sweeps it out towards Green. Might have lost it in the sunshine. It's setting behind us, as you can see by the shadows. Casting across what's a very good playing surface here at Stryda Park. Ogawa's flick didn't work. Yardrich read the intention. Green. Parach Cullen. Colbertaldo. Pratagina. Firm challenge, and it breaks for Whittier. 3 purple shirts on the run ahead of him. Parach Cullen with the important intervention.
Tigers are away if Whittier gets that ball over the top. Good interception and an important one.
Already midway through the first half. 1-0. William Akio's 10th of the campaign is the difference. There is, of course, a world in which these two will meet again in a fortnight, no matter what happens today. Obviously, the Panthers and Tuggeranong will have something to say about that next week. But might we be watching a dress rehearsal for the grand final on Saturday, 20th of September? Ogawa helps it on. Ahmed Shaibu. Ogawa again. Nice idea. Couldn't quite get it to work. Would have been an exceptional pass had he managed to pick that one off.
Would have been a Zidane-like pass.
Subasic. Spaseski. Got to shift forward. Picked up by Whittier. He's seen Brown off his line. And he's disappointed he's not got better contact, Sam Whittier. Sam Brown might have been in trouble.
I think he may have scored one from that distance here before us.
He
is
has,
that right?
yeah, absolutely.
So he's justified in having a pop.
Got it in his locker for sure.
I think it was with his right foot though.
Yeah, this one was with the left. Brown finds James, turns into Pitkin. Cutting a frustrated figure at the moment, Thomas James. It's not all going for him. Steinacker's ball forward has found Akio. Good firm challenge. Matt Gerbischer came to meet. Tactically at the moment, Tigers have got this spot on. They lead. And they're causing Canberra Croatia problems, and they're also causing them an element of frustration in these early stages. Plenty of quality in those in red jerseys, of course. Clearance bounces off of Josh Milicevic. He fancied it. Yardrich blocked it. Pradajina for James. Looking to for Green, rather. Looking to ignite something in the front third. Spaseski on the overlap. Flat delivery, Milutinovic away. Yardrich. Spaseski once more. Pradajina. Might have come off of Nick Pradajina last. It did indeed. Tigers get themselves a goal kick. In their last 4 matches, Croatia have scored 18 times. They have conceded 6 as well. It's a correction on the goal scorer over at the CPL. It was Jake Bishop who scored. One job I give Declan, he gets the goal scorer wrong, Andy. I mean, honestly.
One job.
They corrected it. He corrected it. It's fine. Haven't seen it. Could have been a goalmouth scramble for all we know.
There you go.
With a boot out there, who knows? Who cares, isn't it? I mean, as we said earlier, it doesn't matter how they go in on these days. Goal's a goal. Jake Bishop with the goal for Belconnen United, who lead at Canberra Olympic by 1-0. CPL League champions. Looking for a day out at their own venue in the grand final. Oh, my apologies, they're playing here, of course.
Croatia,
the CPL grand final is at this venue.
A little unsettled at the moment. I think the Tigers are getting slightly on top of them. To be honest, they're winning most of the duels and the battles right now.
Michael Southam.
I'd just like to see a little bit more intensity and urgency from Canberra Croatia.
Akio. They've been physically outmatched at the moment, Canberra Croatia. You don't see that very often. There's another coming together off the ball. Not sure what's happened here in the background.
Well, Thomas has put one into the river, I think. Is that right? Was
Board,
that in frustration?
James. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what happened in the background here, but the player down holding their heads. My eyes have gone the other way. I was following the ball, so I'm not really sure what occurred in backfield.
All I know is Thomas put it into the river, or is it a creek or a river down there now?
It's a river.
When I was a young kid and used to come here, age 6, 7, 8, 9, it was half the fun, mate. Going down there and chasing balls.
Somewhere in that wild expanse, probably a football from the back of the 1970s.
Yeah.
Expectant hush around the ground. Crowd not really got into it at the moment. Surprise hush maybe from those of a Canberra Croatia persuasion. Southam under pressure from Green. Manages to get rid of it. Barach Cullen, Colbertaldo. One back by Ahmed Shaibu. Pitkin finds Whittier.
You know, maybe both teams are a little cautious, but it's a little flat right now. It's all very controlled and safe passing to a certain extent.
Spaseski. Milicevic. Great to see Josh Milicevic back in action. 5th time he's started a game this season, 3 times off the bench as well. Been cruel by injury over the last couple of years. It's made a big difference. Got himself on the score sheet a couple of times as well. 3 goals to his name. Twinkle-toed kind of player, and when he gets going, he's very hard to stop. Atkin. James back to win it. Southam, the on-rushing run is from Ogawa. Good first touch. And the second was too heavy for Ahmed Shaibu.
That's a better ball.
Milicevic.
Tigers are in for a...
And Whittier.
That's a better ball from Ogawa. That's his name, correct?
Yeah, Tomohiro Ogawa.
Yeah.
You'd expect it from him as well.
Yeah, better ball from him. I think the Tigers are in there for a real good chance for 2-0.
Half an hour gone. Could well have been an opportunity for Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. Daniel Subasic. He's pulled up lame there when Ahmed Shaibu.
I think he might just got trodden on the Achilles.
From Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. Here's a chance for Thomas James to have a run at Michael Southam. Looking to deliver. Southam sticks to the task. It's going to break kindly, though, for James. Settle for the throw. When you've got a player of his quality, it's never safe, is it, for the opposition?
Look, I think Thomas's best moments are in that box, you know, and with all due respect, he was out there playing almost as a left winger. You know, I'd find a way to have him in that 18-yard box and 6-yard box all the time.
He does like to drift.
He does drift and he tries to pull defenders out of position. But for me, when he's most dangerous is in those areas where he can get onto it and one shot and away, bang, goal. He's a lot easier to mark when he's playing out wide in that Cristiano Ronaldo position. But he'd tell you he's okay at it.
He enjoys it. Look, I mean, he gets himself plenty of goals and assists. He gets a free roll to roam where he likes, really. Yeah. A bit like Rocco Stricker, who used to play in these parts. Loves to have a free roll. You'll see the Panthers remind you at 7 o'clock tonight. Pradashina. Touch was loose. Whittier found Ogawa. Spaseski comes in to win it back again. Jadric for Pradashina. Colbertaldo. Oh, lovely little nutmeg on Whitehead. Finds Spaseski. He's past Milutinovic. And finds Max Green. Piccolo was the on-rushing midfielder. Unlucky that. Didn't quite go into his path. Now, room over this side. Milicevic has got heaps of space. Akio's gone there and found him. Here's Josh Milicevic backtracking Canberra Croatia. Whitehead on the overlap. That's a little bit behind Shandon Whitehead, and it allowed Daniel Colbertaldo to make the challenge. Flag was up in any case.
Paul Milicevic should have done better, and he'll know he should have done better.
A little hesitant, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just held onto it and held onto it. It was a yard earlier, a second earlier, crisp little pass, and it's into Shandon's.
It looked like
pass.
He was caught between two minds whether to cut inside and hit one himself or to release it to Whitehead. And then in the end, the pass was under hit.
But once you're in 2 minds and 3 minds and 4 minds, you're dead. You know, it's make up your mind quickly. Create the space, create the time, play the ball.
An apology
Game over.
Apology to his left fullback who'd made a lung-bursting run to get forwards. That's a couple of times now that Tigers have created an overlap and not taken advantage of it. Through a poor final ball.
The teams I've played on, if you didn't play it into your left back, he'd probably come back and punch you on the way back.
Spaseski, long throw. Green's got goal side of Milutinovic. And he stood him up as well, Max Green. Whitehead's come back to help out. Green's still going somehow, dancing his way through and finding Piccolo, who couldn't get enough pace on the shots. Great approach work from Max Green.
Was great from Max. Poor defending from the Tigers. It should have been cleared.
He kind of bundled his way through a couple,
yeah.
didn't he? They've won it back again here. Pradashina to dink it in. Green arriving. First touch wasn't great. Seconds fell for him, but couldn't get his foot on it.
Good ball from Pradashina. Between the keeper and the defenders, cause a lot of problems. They're the balls that cause problems.
Croatia knocking on the door. winning a lot of these balls in midfield now.
They are. Tigers need to squeeze up quicker, get onto people and win duels in midfield.
Yardrich finds James.
The last thing you want to do is give this Canberra Croatia team time on the ball.
Yardrich sticking tight to Kolbatal, though, not allowing him the space he likes. Subasic. Spaseski. Back for Gerberscher.
They're sitting a little deeper now, so they're inviting pressure. Unfortunately for Canberra Croatia, their own worst enemy with giving away possession too easily.
Game far from over, of course. Piccolo.
I think there's a few more goals in it, Russ. As I said, both teams have got good attacking weapons, but there's a lot of space in the middle of the pitch.
It's a strange old atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a zero atmosphere, to be honest with you. The crowd's quiet. I haven't seen one good tackle yet anywhere.
Yardrich picked up by way. Now as the break might be on. Almost broke for Lamed Shaibu. He turned his back on it. Piccolo caught by Ogawa.
Turned his back on it, didn't see it. You always got to see where you're going to and where you're going to receive the ball from. A striker or forward or winger. Receive the ball where you can see the goal you're attacking into and the one that you're defending from.
10 minutes left of the first half. William Akio's penalty after 18 minutes, the difference. William Akio's penalty after 18 minutes, I believe, the only shot on target so far. James lifts it in. Green won the header. Well, there's another one. It's straight down the throat of Lejeune. He does have a prodigious leap, Max Green. Did score an incredible header in the Charity Shield back the first game of the season, and I think it was March or April, for Gungahlin United. And that's some clearance from Lejeune. Ahmed Shaibu interested. Might come for Akio.
I tell you what.
There's a coming together between Akio and Subasic, I think it was.
We don't have VAR here, do we?
No. We've got a replay screen, that's about it. I mean, it'd be us. But there was a coming together in the first instance between Gerberscher and Ahmed Shaibu. Then there was a coming together between Subasic and Akio. Nothing given on both occasions.
Nothing wrong with it either. I think both teams could do with upping the tempo a bit, the intensity a bit.
Canberra Croatia at their best when they're playing with high tempo. Matt Gerbish is not happy with his team ahead of him, the movement. Sam Brown to send it forwards. And again, there's no one in a Canberra Croatia shirt making that long run forward. It was overhit by Brown. And the temperature's dropped a bit, Andy.
Yep, time to put the coats on.
I think so, yeah.
It's not quite the England that we know.
Not quite. It was cold at GIO Stadium last night. It was freezing. Credit to everyone that went out there and withstood that. It's always cold at GIO, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Subasic, when he's in trouble here, and did he put an arm out to block Milicevic? The Tigers believe so. Referee waved it away.
I think it looked worse than it was. I think Suba just
Sam Whittier's
too big and powerful and strong there.
Yeah, Sam Whittier's indication was he thought there was an elbow. I'm not sure. Don't think so from where we were. Southam needs to be careful here. Was clipped by Max Green. Steinacker. Ogawa. Met by a physical challenge from Paraj Cullen.
Let's see if they can keep the ball now. Both teams have been guilty of giving it away cheaply.
No, they can't. Piccolo's giving it straight to Whittier. This might be problems. Great challenge from Subasic. Coming across to win it back from Milicevic.
Been the story of the day. 1-2 passes and give it away to the opposition. Team that can settle down here and keep the ball a bit. Start winning tackles and...
More problem for Pitkin. Got it stuck under his feet. Southam. He's giving it away as well. And Yardrich gives it straight back. Scrappy part of the game, and that just sums it up. That free kick was terrible. And here goes Akio. Croatia had the ball, just gave it away cheaply. Now William Akio's running straight into Daniel Subasic. I think Dino Grinic will be cross with the way his team have kept possession, or not, as the case may be.
Well, no one's really keeping possession. It'd be a key part of any halftime speech. Like you said, it has been scrappy, and players will probably think, we're nasty or mean for telling them it's scrappy, but it is scrappy, and they need to get better with it. They need to, keep the ball.
Here's Thomas James. He's got some space to manoeuvre. Milutinovic ahead of him, and James has a crack. Comes off Whittier. Breaks for Ahmed Shaibu. Pops it off for Southam. That's for Milicevic. Nice feet, but left the ball behind in the ends, and Colbertaldo can find Spaseski. Touch of nerves out there as well, perhaps, Andy. I mean, I know a lot of these players, or nearly all of them, have been in these kind of situations before, but it doesn't make it any less nervy for them. Maybe that's showing through.
Maybe. I just think it really needs from both sides.
Well, Shannon Whitehead's nicked it off Pranagina, and off he goes.
To do exactly what Shannon's just done then.
And he's found Ahmed Shaibu, who's got him behind, and he can't finish it past Brown. Opened his body up. Finish was quite poor for a striker of his quality once he got in. Danger's not averted just yet. Milicevic. Dancing and twisting and fouled by Colbertaldo, and then a little bit of afters from Milicevic and a little bit of afters from Colbertaldo as well. Josh Milicevic reacted to the challenge. Daniel Colbertaldo reacted as well. Two diminutive figures. It's a bit of a featherweight fight, this one, isn't it? Push and shove between those two. I'm wondering if both of them might see yellow here with Josh Isa. Colbertaldo wasn't happy the foul was given. Milicevic's reaction wasn't great, and then Colbertaldo got involved as well, and here comes the cards. Inevitable yellow card for both of them, I would imagine. That's for Josh Milicevic for the kickouts, and that's for Daniel Colbertaldo for the retaliation. Good bit of refereeing.
Well, it was just stupid. Stupid. After a foul, everyone's getting excited and heated.
The upshot is a free kick in a promising position for the Tigers.
They'd be better off doing that in general play, getting close to people and actually clapping them.
Canberra Olympic have equalised close to half-time at GEO in the CPL qualification final. I think it's an own goal. Oh, no, it's not. It's Abraham Kemp who scored. Swung in by Akio towards the far post, and that, well, possibly should have been two. I think it might have been Milutinovic who won it.
It's a great free kick. It was great delivery, and Tigers should have done a lot better there. It was a great opportunity to go 2-0 up just before half-time.
So 1-1 in the CPL qualification final, Belconnen and Olympic. 1-0 in this NPL qualification final. CPL top four final series is going to be a cracker. NU versus Juventus to follow. Four big clubs.
Wonder what Dean's chat will be at half-time, mate.
Keep the ball, I think you mentioned it. You treasure possession a bit more, cherish it. Because they've been giving it away too much. And perhaps try and create some chances. The Tigers have defended really well. Yadrich. Piccolo to slide it down the middle. Here's an opportunity. Max Green. Lejeune came. He's still there, Max Green. And he rounds it off for 1-1. Willem Lejeune caught in no man's land. And Max Green takes the opportunity that presents itself, and the league champions are back on terms right at the cusp of half-time.
Top finish from Max Green there. He made a fantastic run. It was a good ball in from midfield, and he finished really well. Defending was poor, but we mentioned that before the game. You know, I think most teams in this ACT NPL are poor defensively. I'm not sure whether they work on it or not, but give goals away way too easy.
16 for the campaign for Max Green. Michael Piccolo's pass was excellent to get him in. It's half-time over at GEO, Balcon 1, Canberra Olympic 1, and we're all square here. As if on cue, what do you think you'd be saying at half-time? Well, create more chances, and they did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure William Lejeune decided to come, then stopped, and then kind of made the finish up, mind up for Max Green, didn't he? Because by coming out that far, enabled Max Green to walk around him and strike it home. Brilliant finish. The question marks perhaps over the starting position.
Finish was great. Keeper questions and defenders questions. I would have blocked Max Green before he even got a chance to get in the ball. That's what
Milicevic, Ahmed Shaibu, flags up.
That's what you look to do, you know, as a defender.
His first touch was good, took him away from the defender, like you say. It was a question of whether or not should have brought him down. But I tell you what, though, the finish was top class, and a player who's been in good form, Max Green. Tigers have now not kept a clean sheet in the NPL for 7 matches. The last one was against Queanbeyan City in round 15. No clean sheet for them again today. And we're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. It was a late goal for Green.
And maybe this will spur Canberra Croatia on. You know, there's a little spark they needed. A little bit more energy about them now.
Michael Piccolo, who started the season at this venue in the colours of the Monero Panthers, has created the goal that's levelled it up for the league champions. Now they've got themselves a free kick. Right, 90 seconds into stoppage time. Can they turn it around at this stage of the game? Thomas James over the free kick. 4 red shirts in the penalty area to aim. Whipped in there towards the far post. Flicked on by Subasic. Didn't know where it was. Spaseski, well, he's got himself into trouble, then got himself out of trouble. Rather nicely. It was 4-on-1 if he lost the ball there. Cole Bataldo to send it across. Steinacker away. Akio. Bishop wins it back. Space suddenly appearing in midfield for Canberra Croatia. James. Well, that's well turned by Pradajina. He can go at Southam here, but stumbled at an inopportune moment. Canberra Croatia will get a throw. We've played nearly 3 minutes of stoppage time.
The momentum is with Canberra Croatia right now. They've picked up a little bit after that goal. And Tigers are the ones that are struggling to cope right now.
Jadric pings it out towards Spaseski. Milutinovic has time to clear it. But Shaibu has been on the periphery in the first half. He's physical, but hasn't been able to really affect the game. He might now, looking for a ball back from Akio. It looks like we're going to enter the sheds at the break, all square. Still we play. Stoppage time at the end of the first half. Subasic looking for Green over the top. Whitehead with him. Both have their arms across each other. And then there's a coming together again behind the goal. And they're both having words. A little undercurrent between these two sides. As I mentioned, still going on. Out of your picture by Whitehead and Green.
I don't think there's been enough of it, Russ. I think we need more of that to get this game a little bit, get some heat and energy into it. even though we've had 2 goals and a little bit of decent play in patches.
James for Parach Cullen. Still we play. I'm not sure where all this has come from.
For me, it's lacked the energy of a final.
Well, that's a nice touch for Piccolo. Green in the area. Half-hearted shouts for a penalty. Never going to be, and that'll bring the first half to a close. It's been a slow burner, but it's ticking along rather nicely now. And at half-time, Andy Bell, nothing between the two sides.
No, it's they're exactly where they are, where they started. They're look, it's there's been little bits of half-decent play in patches, but I don't think any team yet has grabbed it by the scruff of the neck. It's been poor, to be honest with you. The standard has been poor. I was expecting better, and hopefully the second half will deliver a little bit better.
Well, the nerves, perhaps, of qualification final day, 1 versus 2, nothing between them at the break. William Akio's penalty gave Tigers the lead. Max Green levelled it right on half-time, which means we go into the sheds as we were, nowhere near knowing who's going to make the grand final in a couple of weeks' time, because at half-time here in the qualification final at Stryda Park, it's Canberra Croatia 1, Tigers 1.
You still playing league sometimes? Yeah.
Is that really you? I can't believe it. Yeah, is that really you? That's it. Sure.
Definitely.
Welcome back to Stryda Park. We're at half-time. There's nothing between these two teams. It's Canberra Croatia 1, Tigers FC 1 in the qualification final. The winners, of course, will be through to the grand final. For the losers, there will be a chance to go again next week at the prelim final. The winners against the winners of the game. It follows this at 7 o'clock. Panthers versus Tuggeranong. I'm Russ Gibbs. Andy Burnell is with me. It's half-time over at GEO Stadium as well in the Capital Premier League qualification final. Belconnen United 1, Canberra Olympic 1. Jake Bishop with the goal for Belconnen. The equaliser from Abraham Kemp right on half-time. Bishop scored after 20-odd minutes. Olympic equaliser right on the break. Much like what we had here. William Akio's penalty after 18 minutes. Levelled by Max Green's goal right on the half-time whistle. Important half-time team talk, Andy Burnell, from both teams that they would have gone in there at half-time. There's no changes from what I can see at the moment. Not expecting any this early in the stage because we are on as even.
Look, I think it was a bit of a subdued first half. Nobody really stood out that much. There were 2 goals, well taken, poor defending. Hopefully we see a little bit more intensity and energy from the start of this second half. But certainly, we discussed earlier on, before the match, that the benches would play an impact and a key role today. And I still really believe that. I think this second half will open up a little bit more. I think we'll see a few more goals and some impact, some powerful impact off the benches.
There is a grand final place for the taking. Whichever team steps up in this second half can book themselves a place at McCullough on the 20th of September. Who will it be? Or will this one go the distance? A reminder, extra time and penalties are on the agenda if necessary. Neither side would really want to go that far, especially the team that gets beaten, who's got to do it all again next week. Canberra Croatia, senior side, might like to take a leaf out of the book of the 23s who were behind. They were 1-0 down. They came back to win 4-1 after extra time, Canberra Croatia, against Tuggeranong United. So, will history repeat itself? Recent history. Parach Cullen immediately at the start of the second half. Whitehead half cleared it. Out as far as Yadridge. Good forward run from Jack Parach Cullen.
And that was a good start. On the front foot.
Almost caught Tigers napping.
Good speed from Dylan Parach Cullen. No, not Dylan Parach Cullen. That's his brother.
Yeah,
this one's
he's
Jack.
a goalkeeper,
Sorry.
mate.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest,
I get him confused.
Dylan Parach Cullen was that far out the park, you'd be wondering, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not a bad goalkeeper. Pitkin finds Milutinovic. Might be doing him a disservice. He might let us know if he is a left wing capable. Paragina, Colbertaldo might come for Piccolo. That pass from Pitkin was putting Southam under pressure. Got to push it away. It's turned into a good ball, in fact, to Piccolo, who couldn't quite link up with Colbertaldo. Steinacker galloping forwards. Argo were beaten to it by Parach Cullen.
He's getting stuck in now, Parach Cullen. He's made a good run up here and he's come out second half, and some of his teammates could take a leaf out of his book because he's come out here wanting to win this match and brought some good energy with it and some good purpose.
Michael Southam clips that one cross fields. Spaseski lost it in the sunshine, which is retreating behind the clubhouse here at Stryda Park. Decent turnout all day. First game here this morning was at 10 a.m. Turned up this morning at 10 a.m. with sunscreen and a short sleeve shirt on, and knowing that the temperature was going to drop, and it certainly is doing so. By the time we get round to that 7 o'clock game, it might be very cold indeed. Milicevic concedes a free kick.
Looks like it's going to go long, Russ. Let's see how long it takes the centre halves to get up to the halfway line when this goes long.
Croatia haven't kept a clean sheet for the last 8 fixtures. That now turns out to 9. Their last shutout was against the Tigers. No shutout for either team here today. The Tigers have scored at least once in the last 9 games they've played. Now they are amongst the goals again this afternoon. But one each. William Macchio's got a lot of space on this near side. They're happy to let him hug the touchline. In fact, Parach Cullen's recognised that and will Shuffle across if necessary. Good pressure from Pradagina forces the error. Well, we do love an old football cliche, and I'll come back to that in a second as James finds Piccolo. Here's Green, and he's blazed it over the bar. A glorious chance for someone of his quality to put Canberra Croatia ahead. Just as I was about to say that the next goal in this game feels really important, it might well and perhaps ought to have come.
And maybe Piccolo could have taken that, but unselfishly he put it on a platter for Max Green and
couldn't keep it down. If he had, it was probably 2-1.
He probably thought he could have done better, and he probably could have done better. But look, they're getting into, and now he's down. Is that right?
Yeah, I think he might have got a knock knee on knee. You're hoping it's not a ligament one. I think it was just it might have been a knee on knee knock, which is always a little bit sore. Probably doesn't help, does it? They do have a replacement on the bench in Daniel Sparrow. Max Green is unable to continue. You hope it's a knee on knee. They can jar you for a little bit. You hope it's nothing worse.
Yeah,
for
the
Max
knee on
Green.
knee one's probably sorer than a ligament tear.
Not which one I'd rather have, though.
They're doing a test for ACL right now. They're getting him up. I think he's okay.
We will see. He will hobble it off. Question is, can he get up to full speed again? Very experienced physio and Julian Russell-Jones gives a thumbs up to the bench at the moment. Meanwhile, Matt Gurdebish launches it into the area. Steinecker away. And he'll get the chance to go again, will the Canberra Croatia skipper? For the 10 men momentarily. Lejeune, that's a good bit of goalkeeping. Just came to collect. No nonsense. Finds Whitehead. Ogawa. Milicevic. Whitehead's continued his run forward. Won by Subasic. Max Green is back on. We'll see. It's going to be a problem for him. Southam, Milutinovic, and Lejeune away. Croatia have started the second half the better at the moment.
They have, and still a lot of second.
Milicevic, and here's Akio in behind and scoring for Tigers FC again. Milicevic's pass finds William Akio. And it's double trouble for Canberra Croatia. It's a double for Akio. And despite starting the second half on the front foot, Canberra Croatia find themselves behind.
It was a great finish. Showed a lot of speed. And the finish was fantastic.
The pass from Milicevic over the back. Akio got in and finds himself an 11th goal of the season. And that's finals football for you. Might have thought you were starting a bit slower, but they find a way through.
Well, you're always a chance, you know. You're always not far off the goal when you've got speedsters like Akio up front and Lookman as well. Dangerous footballers that can turn a game in one moment.
Well, Croatia have to do it all again. Here's Parac Cullen. Back for Max Green, who had that glorious chance to put his team 2-1 up. Colbertaldo, James, charged down by Ogawa. Jadric plays it out of play. How about the celebrations from William Akio, though?
Oh, it's Olympic. It's Olympic standard.
It's so high.
Oh.
It's been a good pickup from Tigers FC, from Ali Effie. They'll still know there's work to be done, though, here, Tigers. And here's Max Green in behind. Good save by Lejeune. Colbertaldo. Great block by Milutinovic.
Good defending from Tigers. First from the keeper, then from one of the defenders. desperation stuff, and that's what's needed.
Swung into the middle, Southam away. Akio brings it down. Goes off on a run and finds Steinacker. Only 2 ahead of him at the moment. Parach Cullen slowing him down. Akio beaten to it by Parach Cullen. Well, this might be set up perfectly. I did say the second goal, Andy, was going to feel very important. Tigers have got it, and that gives them the opportunity now.
Well, it's changed the momentum of the game. Canberra Croatia came out with a little bit of the ascendancy, and it's turned now. The tide's turned. Tigers look confident, look full of energy.
Got real pace on the break as well, haven't they?
Yep.
Croatia have got to come looking. Long way to go still. Yardrich.
There's no need for that turn.
Remember earlier in the piece when we were talking about how many goals they scored and conceded, and we said 3-2
Yep.
was going to be worked out to be 3-2 Croatia, but still on. Tomohiro Ogawa is down with his right foot in his hands. Wants a bit of treatment. Just gives us a chance to go back and talk about the goal, Andy, and I want to talk about less about the pace and the finish of Akio, which was class, but what about the ball from Josh Milicevic to weight it over the top of the defence? From a defender's point of view, one of the worst balls to defend, isn't it? Dropping over your head, you can't quite get there, and you're already on the half turn, so someone charging past you has already got that advantage of that extra bit of pace.
Look, it's easy from here to say what we would have done, how we would have defended it. For me, the fact that Josh had a lot of time to play it, created more havoc for the defenders. And I'm not sure if it was Subasic or Gerbischer. I'm not sure which one of the two it was. But, certainly when you've got someone of that pace up against you, it's very difficult. I've played against a few like that, Andy Cole and a few speedsters back in England. And,
And if you're on the half turn and they're on the full turn and they're on full pace going at you, it's almost impossible to catch them,
almost impossible. So you almost have to...
bit of shirt pull. Come back to the point just a moment.
I would maybe step up and try and catch them offside if everybody else is in line with you. And you can do that if you've worked at it and you're really proficient at it. And the AC Milan team of the 80s were fantastic at that. So you step up and you catch him offside. Or, for me, probably Akio wouldn't have even got to a position where he could have had a shot on goal because I just would have blocked him.
What I liked, though, was the trajectory and the pace on it was just even... you couldn't quite leap to get there, and it was perfectly weighted in behind. Took some finishing, though, didn't it, from Akio? And he didn't give Sam Brown a chance with his chest down and finish. And that's why they brought him in, those kind of moments. Canberra Croatia made the change. Nick Pradajina's afternoon is done. Daniel Sparrow has come on to replace him. Bit of energy that Sparrow brings.
Well, he's a warrior, isn't he? So whatever you want to say about him, he's going to bring a bit of fight and he's going to bring some good football ability too. But he brings an energy, and every time I see him play, he brings a wonderful energy that inspires those around him. So let's see if that works for them today.
He scored 17 NPL goals in his career, Daniel Sparrow, of which 8 of them have come this year. Added a treble in the cup as well, and he's had a really good season in front of goal. His team need one now. Spaseski. I'm wondering if there was a problem with Nick Pradajina. It's an interesting one that you take off the Golden Boot winner.
I don't know, he walked underneath us not long ago. Not sure whether he was happy or...
I don't think anyone's happy to come off.
No.
I mean, whether or not he's got a knock, though, we will see. I mean, you mentioned earlier the benches might have a part to play. Well, the first one is Daniel Sparrow, and he's got a part to play, and here he is. Looking to make a nuisance of himself, not quite in the manner in which perhaps Dina Grinic would have sent him on to do so. But ruffling the feathers.
Well, he's going to ruffle feathers, and he's going to make people uncomfortable, and that's what the game is about. You know, we talk of wonderful football and wonderful techniques and beautiful, patterns and play and styles of play. But ultimately, the game is about duels. You're up against someone, you're up against an opponent, you're up against other opponents, and win your duels, however that may be. Whether it's headers, whether it's tackles, whether it's denying people space. The more people in your team that win duels, okay, the more chance you have of winning that football match. It's as simple as that. You can do whatever halftime talk you want to talk.
Well, that's a good ball
Akio
from Ahmed Shaibu. Here comes Akio. Real chance here for William Akio to bring himself a hat-trick. And after he manoeuvred himself into position, the finish did not merit the work that led up to it. Should have hit the target. Perhaps should have scored, at least made Sam Brown work. It's been another goal at GEO in the CPL qualification final, and it's gone to Canberra Olympic. It's Belconnen United 1, Canberra Olympic 2. Anthony Timotheo has scored in the 68th minute. So Canberra Olympic against the league champions have themselves in front. Let's put the cat amongst the pigeons over there.
It was great work from Akio, and right at the end, all it needed was a little pass into the back of the net.
Well, I've seen him score goals of that ilk this season, and expected once he got in there, you expected it to be 3-1. Those of a Canberra Croatia persuasion heave a huge sigh of relief. Green finds Parach, Cullen, Piccolo, given away.
Something about him, Russ. If I was...
Here he goes again.
If I was... or had any part of an A-League team now or again, he's certainly one that looks like you could take into a setup like that and develop and help and...
Well, there's a reason he's playing international football, I guess, isn't it? And you can see it. Ahmed Shaibu. Akio.
What's his age now, Russ?
And running. And there was a challenge there. He didn't go down. Matt Gudabisha, I don't know how much of the ball he got. Max Green wins it back from William Akio, who comes charging in for the challenge. He's done well.
He's back defending. He's all over the place.
He's got his gander up at the moment. 27 years old.
There you go. Brian Kautak joined us at 28 at the Mariners and became the best defender in the A-League for 2-3 seasons. His first professional contract was at 28.
Thomas James taking on Southam. Sparrows made the run into the middle. There's a lot of space for Colbertaldo. That's where it's gone. Who's battling away from it here, Daniel Colbertaldo, and he's going to win it. Ante-up Max Green, who cut across the ball. Skewed off the outside of the right boots. We've just passed the hour mark then, half an hour or so to go. Tigers lead by 2-1. The brace from Akio.
Is it a day for a hat-trick, Russ? Canberra Croatia would want it not to be.
Well, Max Green's got one and perhaps should have had two himself, so he might have been on one earlier on. Jadric, Sparrow, Colbertaldo, Spaseski. Jadric. The champions looking for a bit of champion quality. Parach, Cullen, James. Sparrow's peeled away here and managed to keep it in. Couldn't quite direct his header where he wanted it. But as long as this game goes on, as the minutes tick by, it's playing into the hands of Tigers, who have got rapidity on the break. They have got players with pace.
Well, they can sit back now and play that game. Play that counter game. Sit back, defend, wait for Canberra Croatia to cough it up, make a mistake.
Sparrow. Green to tee it up. Piccolo, one more for James. It's come off Steinacker. You do feel, though, that they might need another goal here, Andy, Tigers, because Canberra Croatia will not go quietly, and they're knocking on the door again at the moment.
Well, it looks like, you know, you said 3-2. So,
well, no, we worked it out mathematically
okay.
to be 3-2,
Yep.
Andy. Swung into the middle. I always go 4-4 because I love a 4-4.
There you go.
But, you know, we'll settle for a 4-4. But, yeah, the maths say 3-2, so... See Chelsea Haley of Gungahlin United down there with a knee brace on. Never like to see that, do you? Players
No.
on crutches and knee braces. They're played tomorrow. Her team played tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock against Canberra Olympic.
That looks like ACL stuff, maybe. I don't... I've had 8 knee operations, so I feel for her.
Only the 8?
Yeah. I'm feeling her pain.
Not the first Gungahlin player to be ruled out for the season, unfortunately. Whitehead finds Akio, and he's off at pace again, and Sam Brown's come again. Akio's got there. Can he find the ball in? He can't. Might have had more time than he thought. Ahmed Shaibu back to Milicevic to send it in towards Steinacker. It's going to come for Akio. Can he get the shot away? Akio beaten past the post by Brown.
Great shot, great save from Brown.
He is getting closer again to a hat-trick, William Akio. He's having some afternoon.
Well, he's getting space. He's free down here.
Lots of it, isn't it?
Tons of space.
Too much from Dina Greenwich's point of view, no doubt, and too much from Canberra Croatia's point of view.
Well, there's something not quite right with the defensive setup, or how they're moving across, or how they're...
They do have a natural left-sided defender on the bench in Riley Souza. Akio sends that through. Shannon Whitehead, he's capable from here. Wondering whether there might be a change. In fact, there's going to be a brace of changes for Tigers first. Bembassa Silk and Augustin Bangura to come on. Tomohiro Ogawa is one of them who's making way. Who's the other change? I think it might be Josh Milicevic who's making his way. Ogawa coming straight over here, down the tunnel. Josh Milicevic heading over to the bench. So it's double change for Tigers FC. I was wondering whether or not they might look at Riley Souza as a left-back option for Parach Cullen here, who's gone bursting forwards, to maybe keep up with the pace of Akio.
Well, both defensively and in attack. Might give them a...
Yeah, and you've also got, Andy, as well, you've only got 2 more windows, haven't you? So you've got to be careful with what you do here if you want to put another attacking player on as well. You get an extra window in extra time if it does go that far. Subasic cuts it away for Thomas James. Might come for Green, and he's got away from Southam. Can he put Sparrow in down the middle? He can't. He ran, the ball got stuck under his feet. Still there to find James. He's just ghosted past Bangura. And he fizzed that across, and I heard that come off the glove of William Lejeune from here. Far too easy getting past Bangura there.
Way too easy. It was terrible defending.
Aliyev, he's just sent him on, and he'd be like, well, I need you to be a bit sharper than that. Green with a huge throw into the area.
He goes Akio again.
Beaten to it by Yardrich. Green clips it in too close to Lejeune. Midway through the second half, William Akio with a double for Tigers. Steinacker forces his way through one challenge, and Akio comes to help him. He's buzzing at the moment. Oh, and Lejeune's in trouble. It's come for Max Green. Has he got the accuracy? He hasn't quite. A let-off for the Tigers. Difficult for Green, more difficult than the one that he skied earlier.
But it was the right idea. It was the right idea. It was the right... it was the right action in the right moment.
Here comes a change for Canberra Croatia. Michael Piccolo is going off. He created the goal, and he created a couple of other opportunities as well, didn't he, Michael Piccolo, in the moments that he's had. But he will not see out the rest of the game. Keegan Vucetic is his replacement. He was unselfish in a couple of occasions, wasn't he, to tee up players earlier on, to tee up Max Green, then he teed up Thomas James with one he might have hit himself. Sam Whittier. It's had a quiet second half, but that's a beautiful ball out to Bangura. Now, does he attack better than he defends? Augustin Bangura, down a little easier. Former Gungahlin United player. Made the switch to the Tigers and has played a fair few games now since making that move. It's given away to Whittier. Ahmed Shaibu. Basser Silk. Might have gone forwards there, Ben Basser Silk.
Should have gone forwards.
It's an odd choice from a player of his quality.
He could have taken that opened out like Maxi Ballard last night and gone bang.
Absolutely. Get him in the Socceroos if he'd done that. Akio's won it back from Parach Cullen again. He's causing Jack Parach Cullen all sorts of problems out here on this left flank for the Croatia, as you look at it from a Croatia defensive point of view. Vucetic. Green let it roll. James. Southam stuck to it. Got his reward. Basser Silk finds Angus Pitkin. Milutinovic. Spano was trying to close him down quickly. Bangura. Spaseski, the former Tiger, snapping at his heels. Lejeune, much better contact with this one than the one he had moments ago. Good header from Parach Cullen, though. Here's Vucetic. Looking to take the long way round, both Pitkin and Southam. He's still maintaining possession of the football, and perhaps he shouldn't have. Here's Max Green. Yardrich. Clipped in by Vucetic over the head of Green. Akio. And there was a challenge from Parach Cullen. And I think he might have caught a finger in the eye from William Akio, inadvertently so, Andy Burnell. There wasn't anything in it. I think he just fell in it and caught him by a finger in the eye, which is a sore one.
Akio's on fire.
He's really enjoying himself today,
he's,
isn't he?
Croatia are making him look like Mbappe. It's just giving him too much space, too much time.
Gudib's in hurry-up mode already. Into the final 20. League Champions Trail. League Champions Trail at GEO as well. Balcony United won Canberra Olympic 2 in the CPL qualification final. Yardrich, plenty of time to turn it around, though. It's that time of risk versus reward, isn't it? Your reward might come at 2-2. The risk is it might turn 3-1.
You've got to keep the ball, though. Just been a product of the part of the whole game, both sides.
Subasic goes long. Green over the back of Steinacker. Parach Cullen joining in. James goes down right on the edge of the box. No free kick. And Akio can snap into gear at the other end. Ahmed Shaibu. Steinacker. Great challenge from Parach Cullen. Wonderful defensive work. Gave it away, though, to Whittier.
It was fantastic work, and then the next ball straight back to the Tigers.
Ahmed Shaibu, Whittier. Crossfield for
It's
Bangura.
another great ball from Whitty.
Augustin Bangura couldn't squeeze it through for Akio. Can Vucetic spring something on the other way? Max Green backed his pace against Southam, who defended it well. Now it feels like a qualification final. End-to-end stuff. Vucetic popped away by Southam. Nicky Yardrich with the throw. Croatia still have Marko Jadric, David Ceceli and Riley Souza on the bench. Marko Jadric, the more attacking of the trio. Sparrow, Parach Cullen, Nicky Jadric finds Colbertaldo. Subasic. Tigers' press has been good today. Have they got the fitness in their legs to get them through the 90 minutes? Nice work this by Croatia. Thomas James bursting into gear. Thomas James to tee it up for Vucetic, who makes it 2-2. Off the bench and on the score sheets. Created once more by Thomas James. Finished by Keegan Vucetic. And we're all square again.
That was fantastic work from Thomas James. Very clever. Just a cut above. And he put it on a silver platter on a plate.
He was not going to miss Keegan Vucetic.
No.
An inspired change from Dina Grinic. And we're 2-2 with quarter of an hour to go. We've got ourselves a mini final coming up here for the next 15 minutes.
Oh, look, I think now we're getting into the exciting time of the match. I think the goals have really opened this game up now, and
now Canberra Croatia will feel they can go on and win it.
There's a lot more urgency and energy about the place now, Russ.
Brilliant from Thomas James, wasn't it? It was a nice build-up in the first instance, and then his burst of pace, like you say, put it on the silver platter for Keegan Vucetic. I was going to say he couldn't miss, but he might have, but he didn't.
Yeah, he couldn't miss.
Here's Bassa Silk. Not much in purple ahead of him. Here comes the cavalry in the shape of Sam Whittier, and Steinak has still got the energy to burst forward and deliver a decent ball in. Sam Brown equal to the task. Free kick goes Tigers' way. Has one of these sides got it in them to win it, or are we destined for half an hour's worth of extra time?
I think there's a goal. I think there's a goal in it in normal time. It's moments like this that you've got to be better with the delivery.
Might be a moment on the break for Colbertaldo to find James. Really important header from Southam. Max Green leapt highest. Steinaker banked on it, dropping. Ahmed Shaibu. Vucetic couldn't keep it in. Tagarong and Monero joining us, player by player. Mitch Stevens down there talking to Daniel Barach, coach of Tagarong United. Leading goal scorer of Monero Panthers, probably telling him, please don't score any goals, Daniel. Thomas James will chase. William Lejeune.
He's got a bit of pace on him, Thomas, when he wants to.
Proper striker, isn't he?
Yeah,
when the chance to get on the end of one comes, the pace comes. That's lovely from Green.
He's great with that. And then the way he set up that second goal, the pace, the turn, just...
Yet another assist for Thomas James. A season full of them.
And half of it, his actions are great, but the understanding of space and time and positioning, the movement, the moving people where he wants them to be, to give himself an advantage. He's just a very clever footballer.
17 starts this season, Andy. 2 substitute appearances, 40 goal involvements.
There he goes again.
24 assists to go with 16 goals in the league. It's just quite phenomenal.
You know, his football journey has been different, and it's panned out a different way. But you know, from my experience in the UK and times in the A League, you know, he could have been a A League striker for 10 years, you know, and done well.
Piccolo battling through. Comes for Sparrow. Back for James. Has he got another one up his belt? Not this time. Shannon Whitehead shuts the door.
The thing with Thomas, he causes people problems.
That was silly from Marko Milutinovic. I think the ball was almost going out of play. He shoved Thomas James to the ground, and he's given a free kick away.
Thomas was looking for that. You know, it's silly defending, because now it puts his team in a dangerous position that they need to defend well from. But that's what Thomas James does. He creates moments like this.
Well, here's a chance for James to send this into the penalty area. Five red shirts in the box. Colbertaldo and Spaseski on the edge. Swung into the area. It's come off of Southam. Lejeune's had a punch at it. Sparrow's had a flick on. And hits it on the turn, but can't find the net. Or the right side of the net in any case. Change coming up. Lukman Ahmed Shaibu. His afternoon is over. Flitted in and out of the game. Nick Tineski is coming on. No sign of Nick Popovic yet, and I think that's the third window that they've used. And here's a chance straight away for Tineski. In behind. Can he finish? It's saved. It's still there for Bangura. Somehow Spaseski keeps it out. Almost an instant impact from the substitute.
I can't believe they didn't score then. It was
Whittier. Spaseski just nods it down. Maybe the chance came just too early for Tineski.
Maybe.
Walked onto the fields. Immediately in on goal. Gudbischer stabs it into the path of Parac Cullen. Milutinovic's touch finds Pitkin. Akio. Gudbischer strong in the challenge. Djardjic right the same. Bassasilk for Bangura. Three purple shirts ahead of him. Bassasilk's one of them. Has to go backwards again, and Sparrow's nicked it off him. He's only got two to hit. James went and then checked his run. Sparrow, well, that's what you get from Daniel Sparrow. Well, no real right to charge that down, and yet still did.
No, it was good pressing, and it's an example to the rest of his teammates that, you know, we're coming towards the latter stages of this half, and he's still pressing, and he's still trying to make people, you know, engage in war, in combat, in battles, and you know, and if he doesn't win tackles, he makes people play backwards. That's the thing I like about Daniel Sparrow.
Will the Tigers get a better chance than the one they had just a moment ago?
Look, I think Nick Tineski did all the right things. He took a second touch, and maybe it caught him a little cold. But they did have a second chance on it.
Yeah, Bangura somehow didn't turn it in. Steinecker finds Bassasilk. Early ball forward for Akio. Helps still on his way for Tineski. He's looked sharp. And he's had a go as well! And that's some finish from Nick Tineski! It is a bolt from the blue from the substitute. A stunning strike. And Tigers are in front with time ticking away. What a goal!
That's a very, very, very special goal. That's a world-class goal from Nick Tineski. A drop to him, and he didn't really even hesitate, did he? He just kind of... We could see the motion. We were right behind him here, Russ, and it looked like he was going to hit it, and he did it. We were right behind it, and it went exactly where he wanted it to go. It's a fantastic finish. and left Sam Brown with no chance, and it's put the Tigers back in front.
A quite breathtaking finish from the substitute, Nick Tedeschi. Only his third goal of the season, but what a hit. And it might be the most important hit. Bassa Silk's early ball forwards, helped on its way by Akio, and then Nick Tedeschi from nowhere with a finish from the top draw. And if it is to be the winner, it is a fitting winner.
Well, it's not bad. His first two touches haven't been bad, have they?
Made his mind up early, took his chance, and not a prayer for Sam Brown. A finish of the highest order from Nick Tedeschi. Green wins the header. Canberra Croatia, who've been behind twice, now need to come from behind for a third time. And time is the enemy. Subasic. Injury over on that far side to the goal scorer, I think. But what a hit.
It was phenomenal. We were very lucky to be right behind it, Russ.
As soon as he left the boot, you could see the trajectory was going to take it over the head of Brown. Well, the math said 3-2, but the math said 3-2 to Croatia. It's 3-2 to Tigers.
Last time I saw someone score a goal like that at this ground was the man that's standing right next to us, Mr. Valeri. Walter Valeri, I can remember him scoring a few goals back in the day.
He loved a goal like that, for sure.
Yes.
Give us a nod of approval. Was that a good goal?
Yeah.
You're happy with that? Thumbs up. Thumbs up from Walter Valeri. Some finish. Bangura, a bit of kicking out over going on over there. They're trying to get the football, but free kick goes against Thomas James. Into the final five. That's it, Thomas. Kicked it into Thomas James. Canberra Croatia staring down the barrel of having to go to the prelim final at their own ground next week to face the Panthers or Tuggeranong United at the moment. It's out towards Akio. It's a great free kick, absolutely. Akio killed it perfectly. Is there some more for the Tigers? Steinacker blocked and away for a throw.
They've been a threat all day down this right-hand side, the Tigers.
Yeah, they've not coped with Akio, have they?
Canberra Croatia down the left-hand side today have...
they've been second best by a long way.
All day.
And I'm looking ahead a couple of weeks now, Andy, if it goes to ban for Canberra Croatia and they do meet Tigers again in the grand final in a couple of weeks, and this game's not done yet, and the prelim final might not go their way. But if they are, that's an area in which Greenwich is going to look to change things up, perhaps.
You'd look to address, certainly. And for me...
well, here they go again, Andy, before you make that point, as Akio swings that towards Bangura.
For me, Akio has just had way too much free space today.
Here goes Tony Spaseski turning on the afterburners and finding Vucetic. We'll pull back on Angus Pitkin, and a yellow card for Keegan Vucetic to go with his goal. A reminder at 7 o'clock tonight, in just over an hour and a bit's time, Tuggeranong and Monaro Panthers will do battle for a place in the preliminary final. At the moment, they're facing Canberra Croatia, the winners of that one. Unless something extraordinary can happen in the next couple of minutes. Well, we've got 2.5 to play, plus whatever stoppage time might need to be come in. That's come off Subasic. It's Tedeschi to finish it. What a save. Magnificent from Sam Brown. He's kept his team alive. And if they turn this one round, well, they can thank the goalkeeper. Quite simply, sensational stop.
Was a fantastic save, and Nick Tedeschi, as wonderfully world class as he was with his goal. He probably maybe could have done better, but it was a great save.
Just put his foot through it and hoped,
Yeah.
didn't he? But Brown, the reactions, well, on any other day, that's in the back of the net. Nick Taneski
But
might have had a hat-trick.
it all was well for the Tigers, you know. Looking forward to the next game if they get through this one. You know, they've got people that can come off that bench and create havoc.
Here it is, Taneski. They've not used Nick Popovic today so far. Maybe they were saving him for potentially extra time.
Don't know, but what a luxury that is.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Samson Carr, the other substitute, the young defender today. No Nathan Mejic. Spaseski.
And this is a test for Canberra Croatia now. I don't think they found themselves in.
They brought Marko Jardric on there.
That's a great
Ball's
ball.
in, and it's Vucetic. Back for Vucetic again. Vucetic going the long way round again. And Jardric will scoop it towards goal, but... So Marko Jardric, the last throw of the dice. Snuck on for Daniel Colbertaldo. Coming into the final few seconds of the second half, and we will be at the mercy of Josh Iser in extra time, of injury time rather. Here goes Akio. Tigers looking to put it to bed. William Akio blocked by the feet of Brown.
He's got to be today's man of the match. Do we have one?
We don't really
No,
pick
there-
one, but
there's
you
no-
can pick
there's-
one if you like.
There's no sponsor man
No
of the match.
sponsor man of the match, no. But here he goes again. Karach Cullen, the better of him on that occasion. Looking for Marko Jardric. It was won by Bassa Silk. Thumped high by Subasic. Sent back by Steinacker. He's going to get another chance to leap and head.
He's been great again. Noah
Was
Steinacker.
Karach Cullen. Gets a yellow card for that challenge on Sam Whittier. Sam Whittier felt that. From Jack Parach Cullen.
I think he'll be okay. Tough kid.
He won't want to go get the treatment. He will be okay when because there was a yellow card, so he can stay on the park.
He'll be okay. He's
Eating up a few seconds as well.
100%.
And Canberra Croatia can see this one ebbing away. Latest I've got from GEO is that Belconnen United trail by 2-1 to Canberra Olympic. Earlier today, league champions from the NPL 23, the O'Connor Knights, were beaten by Tigers. In the CPL, the league champions, Belconnen United, are being beaten by Canberra Olympic. And in the NPL, the league champions, Canberra Croatia, are being beaten by Tigers. Strange old day. Goes down to the juniors as well. NPL 18, league champions, beaten. Final football does strange things. Taneski and Steinacker heading towards the corner. Nick Taneski will happily take a corner right about now. 2 minutes of stoppage time gone. Tigers edging ever closer to a place in the grand final. They were there last year. They were beaten 4-3 by Canberra Croatia. They seek redemption. Well, Redemption Act Part 1 is almost complete. William Akio holding off Gerbischer and Vucetic momentarily. Parach Cullen needs to get it forward. James, who's been well marshalled. Whittier. Vucetic took it off his toe. Comes from Nicky Jardric, looking for Marko Jardric. Southam needs to be careful. Whittier can nod it away. Parach Cullen, Marko Jardric tried to feed it out wide. Nick Taneski having to do the defensive work now. Thumped clear by Southam. Subasic. Robbed by Bassa Silk. Free kick goes the way of Tigers. Exactly what they want right about now. And Andy Bennell, they're seeing out these stoppage time periods in confident manner. 3.5 minutes of it gone.
They'll kill themselves if they concede now.
Nick Popovic has come on.
Akio's off the pitch here, high-fiving people. Popovic has come on for him. Is that right, Russ?
Looks like it. Nick Popovic for William Akio. He's done his bit, and Whittier kept it in.
A little bit higher there from Whittier, and Popovic would have had an easy goal. First touch.
Green can't find Daniel Sparrow. Shandon Whitehead's got time to clear it. Matt Gerbischer. Subasic. They'll lick their wounds this week, Canberra Croatia. No doubt will come back strong next week. They've still got time to save themselves. It's looking more and more like it's Tigers' evening. Almost 5 minutes of stoppage time played. There cannot be much more. One last throw of the dice, perhaps, for the men in reds. One last chance to send something into the penalty area. Whittier got a touch on it. Anywhere will do. Popovic sends it away.
This is where you need a long throw.
Well, any way of getting it into the penalty area, really, isn't it? And cause a bit of havoc. It's going to find its way, perhaps, to Green. Southam got there strong. Daniel Sparrow will retrieve and launch it in towards Green. Southam away. Vucetic can't get on it. Spaseski might. Sparrow to launch it into the middle. Half away by Steinecker and headed over. Max Green, I think it was. The last chance of the qualification final. And it's Tigers' evening. They will make their way to the grand final at McKellar in a couple of weeks. For Canberra Croatia, they'll have to go again. Andy Burnell, it finished 3-2, as the math said, but not in the direction we thought. And for the third time today, a league champion has been usurped.
Look, it ended up... second half, the last 20, 30 minutes were quite exciting, actually. Once a few goals went in and then... as the game went on, there was more riding on it, and we got closer to the finish line. People were putting themselves about a bit more, and there was a lot more energy to the game. It was, in the end, well deserved for the Tigers. I thought they probably could have had a few more goals, and Canberra Croatia had their opportunities as well, but I didn't think they were at their best today. They'll have to be next week.
Well, they've got a chance to do so next week. Thank you, Andy Burnell. A match that was won by a top-class strike from substitute Nick Taneski. With 7 minutes to go, his stunning finish is the goal that sends Tigers FC to the grand final. That means that the league champions have to go and do it all again next week. I can tell you Balcony United are in the same boat in the CPL. They've been beaten in the qualification final. Balcony 1, Canberra Olympic 2. Here, though, it's Tigers' evening, and they will celebrate and wait for who to meet in the grand final in a couple of weeks. The full-time score is Canberra Croatia 2, Tigers FC 3.